The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
1 second wonders.
Righto. I mean, I feel like the competition's been pretty split over the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to play you the first second of a song, and you guys have to give me title and artist. We're just going with bands here, so a nice cross-section of bands from the last couple of decades.
Oh, Jesus.
Is there a theme, Mitchell?
Bands.
No.
Bands is the theme.
Nothing particular, just bands. No solo artists, just straight-up bands. And I would say, looking at it...
Well, if it's bands, I mean, there's not many bands these days, so it's got to be a bit of a throwback.
Yeah, and it would, it's in there sort of, top 2 or 3 hits. So, I mean, I think it pretty recognisable.
I feel like this is
stuff.
very much playing to the boys' strengths here. Bands, I think I'm about to get smashed.
That's actually sexist. You just said
Well, it is gender bias.
I'm offended by that.
Gender stereotyping.
Yeah, we're both offended by it. You say that.
You should be complimented.
Oh, that's easy. That's what she. Then she gaslights you. It's our fault.
You're so good at this, David. You're so good at it.
Look, I'm saying that Ashley, he's a manly man despite Jody owning his ass.
All right, song number 1, the very first second. Here we go.
Jeez, the boys are back in town or something.
Screaming Jets.
No, I've had 2.
You're reaching, buddy.
2 wrong
Go
so
again.
far.
No idea. Can you play it again?
I'll give you a little.
Oh.
No idea. I've got no idea. I'm drawing blanks.
What the hell is that?
What
the hell is that?
No.
Oh, even now.
Oh.
Divinals.
No, something like that. It's what's the name of the? Is it a chick's name? Is the song? Is it?
I can only hear Nikki.
Call me.
Blondie.
Blondie, call me. Geez, that's a tough one. I'm not that bloody old.
You are so good at
See, I
this,
wasn't
David.
even.
All right, we'll give you.
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, sure.
No, here we go. We give you half a point each. Ash and Lutzi both getting a title and an artist. All right, song number 2.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Struggled today.
Oh.
Again, Mitchell?
Yeah, I've got to give you more than that.
This is not in my...
Is that the Rolling Stones?
No.
No,
I think it's more contemporary.
Indeed. I'll give you
Is it White Stripes?
What's that song?
I'll give you a little bit more of a taste.
Stop right now.
Oh, stop right now. Thank you very much. Spice Girls.
Half each, surely.
We'll go half each again.
I wasn't thinking the Spice Girls, that's for sure.
No one to say the Screaming Jets again.
No one's angry about that, Ash. All right, Lutzi with 2 half points. Nikki in there with a half point.
This is tough today.
Stellar competition. All right, song number 3.
Oh, 5 Seconds of Summer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good guess.
You're insecure.
No.
Don't know what for. You don't know you're beautiful.
You don't know. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
No?
You want to get half there?
One
You don't
Direction.
know you're beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it's One Direction.
Oh, why did I call it 5 Seconds of Summer? Oh, God damn it.
Oh, sure.
Oh, I should have known we were going to
Okay,
follow
yeah.
the Spice Girls up with bloody One Direction.
It just makes sense. All right, well,
So hang on, do I get half there?
you both got half a point
Yeah.
again. So Lutzi's got one and a half total.
half.
All right, here we go. I think
got one.
This is a good first second here.
Green Day, American Idiot.
That's a good guess.
Screaming through, Lutzi.
See, now you're back in my wheelhouse. 90s rock.
Oh, yeah, that real masculine stuff that Lutzi listens to.
One Direction
Back
was
when you
that.
had hair to twirl around.
Bloody Green Day, of course. Of course I'm going to get that.
All right, here we go. Song number 5.
One day we'll play the Screaming Jets, mate. You'll
Shush,
get one right.
shush, shush. I'm concentrating.
Hang on.
There you
Oh.
go. Yeah, that's...
Hang on.
No, taking my breath just to know your name. The
Killers. The Killers. I'll get half a point.
Bring it back. Hang on. What's it called?
Somebody told me.
Breaking my back just to know your name? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, God damn.
It's a good game.
Lutzi, 3.5 points. Nikki, 1 point. Ash,
Screw Jets.
absolutely nothing.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
So Sod's Law, if you're going to have a medical event, it's going to happen during a cyclone, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is what has happened to me over the last few days. As you guys know, because I've been whinging and moaning about this sore thing on my gum that I've had since the first week I started in there. And everyone's going, oh, it's just an ulcer. You're just tired. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. You know, just kind of fobbing it off. I even went to the dentist a few weeks ago and she went, oh, I think it is just an ulcer. And I'm like, okay, it's been a few weeks now. All right. Anyway, it got worse just as they said everything's closing for Cyclone Alfred. So all of a sudden I've got this manky sore mouth and I'm Googling and panicking. And I'm like, who do I know who's a dentist? Because I can't get in to see anyone.
Yeah.
And the only dentist I know is our current Education and Arts Minister, JP Langbrook.
Yeah, of course.
So he's running around kind of in crisis management, managing
Might be a tad
state.
busy at the moment.
Yeah, you're not even one of his constituents.
Yes, but you know, as one does, if they've got a medical contact, you have to exploit them when you're worried about yourself. So I've sent him a text. I've said, JP, I know it's been a while since you've been in the dentist chair, but I've got this funky, manky thing in my mouth and it won't go away.
I've got manky mouth syndrome. What can we
I've
do
got
about
manky
it?
mouth syndrome. Can you help me? And he said, yeah, I'm driving to Parliament House right now, but can you just send me a photo of it? So I've taken the worst selfie on the planet, which he better not ever post.
Yeah, I just
and I've sent it to him.
Instagram, by the way. You'll have a look at that in a second on my Insta, but keep going.
And then he's gone, hang on, I've got to pull over for this one. So he's pulled over, he's looking at my mouth, and he goes, you're a scrubber. I'm like, I beg your pardon? And he goes, you are a scrubber. I'm like, what? He goes, you brush your teeth too hard. And I'm like, well, yeah, you got to get in there. He said, no, you don't get in there. You're buggering your gums. And I'm like, oh, no. And he said, and that thing, that, like, often people come in with that and it's either mouth cancer or I'm like, what? He said, or herpes. I'm like, what? And he's like, I don't think it's cancer. I'm like, it's not bloody herpes unless Jeremy's been playing around. He's like, no, it wouldn't be Jeremy playing around. It would be you deep diving. I'm like, I beg your pardon. It's definitely not happened.
JP has a really elaborate knowledge of this.
So he's called me a scrubber. He's given me herpes.
Do you use a manual toothbrush? Like just a, not electric?
I do. I'm old school. And he said, you shouldn't do that. I need to get the electric ones.
I think so, right?
Because I need to stop being a scrubber. So anyway, he's diagnosed me with, he thinks I've got some bit of nut or something wedged in there. And he said it has to be surgically removed. So I've been sitting here sweating bullets trying to get into a hospital to have that done. And just before Smarter Than Who, I got a phone call. I got the phone call and I get to go to hospital tomorrow. I'm really excited because I finally get to deal with my manky mouth. But yeah, anyway, I have to go to hospital.
JP's not doing the surgery, is he?
No,
I mean, he's played his full at the moment.
He's got cabinet tomorrow.
No, but he'll probably come and Instagram it just for shits and giggles because that's the kind of minister he is.
So what? You go to a hospital and a dentist goes to the hospital. Like, you don't get a
No,
dentist
I have
surgery.
to see a. No, I have to see a periodontist, and they're at the hospital because apparently dentists, this is not their jurisdiction. Well, they can
I know
slice
what a
and dice.
periodontist is, but just explain to everybody else who's not familiar with the exact role.
It's not the perineum dentist, let's
No.
see.
That's getting a run this morning.
Jeez.
It's
What was
getting
the
a
over-under
great
on
run.
10 perineum jokes being thrown out during the show today? I mean, I took the unders,
During a
but
cyclone,
geez.
well,
Yes.
we usually do take the unders when it comes to perineums.
Make it
so
11.
It's kind of, yeah, I've got some manky infection in my gum that has to be dealt with surgically by a periodontist.
So when you say a nut is in there, you're saying an actual
Usually
peanut.
it's popcorn. It could be popcorn. You know, you
when
get
it
popcorn
slides
shells.
in between the tooth and the gum.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So what can happen is they can get in there. You don't even
fester.
know they're in there, and they fester.
Oh.
So I've got that situation going on.
Oh, I'm glad you waited till breakfast time for this little this little
Yeah. I
gem.
just thought I'd ruin everyone's morning.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snack Box.
I was so grateful for the rugby league over the weekend. You know, we were cooped up in home. It reminded me, I think the weekend had a touch of COVID about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
just
definitely.
stuck in at home. And I remember in COVID, the NRL, they were the first sporting organisation to get back on the field worldwide. And so, I love that we had the footy over the weekend to sort of keep us company. But I couldn't believe my ears when I was watching one of the games on, when was it, Friday or Saturday? I think it was Saturday night, West Tigers, Newcastle. And Dan Ganane, who does the commentary for Fox Sports, and look, I think he's probably my favourite commentator, I would say. I love Dan. I think he's an unbelievable caller. But I was lying on the couch watching this match, and then Newcastle scored a try, and I was like, what did he just say? And I was able to, rewind it and go back and listen to it. And he has subsequently come out and said that he said the word mucking. They've mucked it up or something like that. But, ooh, jeez, it doesn't sound like it.
Mucking, I believe. They're mucking it up.
Mucking. Yeah.
Well,
have a listen to it, Nikki. This is Dan Ganane on the commentary on Saturday night.
It comes away to Marju. Marju gets there. Marju gets there. Newcastle on the verge of mucking it up again, but Marju finds his way to the line.
I mean, it's what was the... What was the two words?
Now that you've said mucking, I've heard mucking, but
he definitely said,
there's
no way he said the other word. There's no way he would do that. Like, as a professional, there's no way that's coming to his head. Like,
We're trying to remember what that one was a couple of years ago. It was that was a Green Needle and Brainstorm, and whatever you thought that you would hear, that's what you would hear. That's what you would hear. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll listen to it again now, and just through the lens of
what. Of the other one.
pH, of him using the pH.
pH, yes.
Okay, listen to it.
Newcastle on the verge of mucking it up again.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's what it
whatever
is.
you think it is what it is, because all I heard was mucking, and that way, then it was just pH for days, wasn't it?
Yeah, then he just hit it hard, like no one was
hard, like really hard. Like just to think of it again in a real hard pH and listen to him say it.
Right as the whistle.
Newcastle on the verge of mucking it up again.
Oh my God! That's all you hear. It's so aggressive.
That's all our producers are hearing too. Poor old Alicia, she's got her head in her hands at the moment, freaking out about the meetings we're going to have after the show.
Like
it's like you had a multi going and it just went down the toilet. Yeah.
The only way that he said that aggressively, if he had $10,000 riding on that victory.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
Now, one of my mates is in the news overnight because he's doing the comedy festival in Adelaide at the moment, he gave a couple of people the boot from his show, and it's gone viral. So we've got him on the line. We have Dave Hughes.
Hey, Dave.
Yes. Look, hello, legends. I'm not one for kicking audience members out in general, but when you give people 5 warnings that they need to be quiet and they don't listen to any of those warnings, every now and again you just got to push the button. You know, you just got to get them out.
So what happened? How did it all go down? What were they saying? Are they just being annoying, or what was going on?
Yeah, I think. Look, they were in the second row, and I think they were just discussing stuff that I was talking about. But it was like they were on Gogglebox. You know, they would like. I think they were discussing, the themes that I was bringing up. But you know what? It was way too loud. This woman was way too drunk. And, I tried to negotiate with her, and she just would not listen to me. She would just kept talking. So I said, look, if you keep talking, you're going to have to go. And she didn't believe me, but she found out that she had to go. So, yeah.
I think we've got a bit of...
Oh, yeah, right.
Sorry, I was going to say, I think we've got a little bit of audio. Like, I've been to a lot of your gigs, and I've seen you're incredibly tolerant because everyone thinks that they're your best mate, and everyone's yelling stuff out at you all the time. So for you to reach this point, they must have been a real pain in the ass. But we've got some audio, I believe. Do you have that, Mitch?
I'm sorry, it's my show. So, you call one more time you're out. Alright, that's it. Alright, seriously, this is ridiculous. From the front, when someone's speaking like that, it's so distracting, and everyone around them, it's the height of rudeness.
Jeez, that's next level. Hey,
Sounds like Parliament Hour, doesn't it?
I know, that's crazy. Dave, I mean, the reality, though, these days is, Hughesy, that, like, on some level, and this sucks, like, you've got to look at who is doing it and go, okay, am I going to get attacked here because this is some group that can, like, be victimised in some way? Because everyone seems to grab that handle now and depending, whatever, like, you know, whatever the freaking hell they are, like, can go, oh, no, he kicked me out and I was pregnant. Like, you would have had to have made a call
Or she was hard of hearing and her friends were explaining it.
Or 1 million different things, right, that anyone can grab on now, and that seems to be the way society's going, that, you know, they can do that. So
I'm thinking of breastfeeding.
Yeah, was there a point where you thought, oh, is this worth having a crack at these people that could, you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. At one point, they were talking to each other, and I thought they were going to point out that someone had some sort of, you know, issue, if you know what I mean.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
yeah, one of a million.
Yeah. I hear you, and I did have that thought, but it was just too much. It was like I just couldn't. You know what I realised when you're talking to people who. Look, the woman was clearly drunk, and but I realised that she won't even remember this the next day. You know, so you're trying to be nice to someone who won't have any memory of the incident at all, and you know they might have been watching the news because it ended up on the news and going, "Oh, I wonder who that was," without realising it was them. You know?
It was me. It was me. But the other thing is, Hughesy, it seems like you had the crowd behind you as well. Like it wasn't like you threw them out and then the crowd. Wasn't supporting you, because I think for most people when they go to comedy shows, when you get the hecklers or you get people like you were saying just commenting on your set so far,
having a conversation,
like it's as frustrating for the rest of the audience as what it must be for you when you're up behind the mic.
Yeah, I could see people around these people getting really annoyed, and I was getting really annoyed. So, yeah look, the reaction from the crowd, I didn't realise it was going to be that strong, but yeah, it made me know I'd made the right decision, basically. So, and you know, the funny thing is we had to stop the show for probably 3 or 4 minutes to get them out. Yeah. But as soon as they left, the crowd like lifted a level. They're like, yeah, we are going to bloody laugh really hard at everything you say because we agree with what you did. So. Yeah, you do worry that it will just kill the vibe of the whole night, but it didn't.
And it's a show. You're doing a show. Like imagine it's like it's no in some sort of sense in a creative and theatrical way. It's like having a conversation during a play on Broadway. Like if you did that, you get thrown out. So how's it any different when Hughesy's up there? You're doing a set. Like you're not just up there talking shit. Like it's actually work's gone into it. Like
as you said, it is the height of rudeness.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
But it also gets back to the fact that people think that they're funny as well and that they can contribute. Like on some level, they probably thought that they were...
But they weren't talking to Hughesy. They were talking to themselves. And that's what, like, I think it's just modern. Like, people just think they can do whatever they want. Now, even not that I'm drawing comparisons between your show and the Australian Open, but at the tennis this year, I've never heard so many people just having mid-rally, just conversations with each other at full tilt, like full voice. I'm like, what are you doing? Do you have no...
Everyone needs to go
understanding of what you've bought tickets for? Like, what are you actually doing here?
It's crazy.
Look, Hughes, I think you're doing well. You've just got women chatting to each other in your show. Where I did a cruise ship gig once. I had a woman run up and try and punch me on the stage.
Yeah,
so thankfully,
that's another level.
Yeah, that's cruise ships for you, though.
Hey, Hughesy, did I see that there's an Australian story? I saw something this morning. I don't know if it's about to come out or if it has come out. But what's the go with that, mate?
Mate, it's tonight, in fact, so on the ABC.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's, they did the Australian story on me. So, if you haven't had enough of me, you can watch tonight. So they filmed for bloody what felt like months. So, and I don't know how they're going to boil it down to half an hour, but they are apparently. So, I can't wait to see it myself, to see the Dave Hughes story on the ABC tonight.
Unreal. And the best thing is, while it's on, you can have a chat with your mates.
Exactly.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.
It seems like for the most part, all that looting and stuff that can accompany these natural disasters has been pretty good. I haven't heard too many stories in the news, which is
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, well, there was one on up in your neck of the woods at Broadbeach, or down in your neck of the woods at Broadbeach. I think it was yesterday, where in the broad daylight, I think it was midday. Gemelli's Gelato, I'm going to say, was the name of the store in Broadbeach.
That's it. Well, I do actually. That's like one of the places. Every now and then we'll go for a bike ride. We'll ride to that shop and we'll grab something. Yeah,
it's like a shop.
It's popular.
It's like, I think it's a semi bar as well. Like it's got stuff like a bit of everything there. But so some guys sort of just sort of broken the glass at the bottom of the door, reached through and got the handle and got in there. And it's a semi-bar, so you've got a whole rack of wine up above the gelato. Is it gelato or gelati? I never know.
Gelato.
Gelato. So he's gone past the expensive wine rack and gone to the cash register. It was empty. They don't keep the cash on the premises there, as many places don't. So he's got nothing, and then you see him sort of see the gelato. And he's essentially stolen 6 scoops of gelato. What's that fancy?
Did he
brown
put him into a container, or how did
into a container? He
put a lid on it.
Container and found 6. And is it tiramisu or something like that? One of the flavours he took.
It'll be tiramisu. That's a good one. Or the butterscotch.
It was one of those ones.
Yeah.
And then, admittedly, on the way,
did he get sprinkles?
No added sprinkles.
A flake?
Did he take a spoon?
No, I don't think he even took. He was taste testing. I think from those sample little
with a paddle pop
sample paddle pop sticks. So and then has taken as this is all happening, I think they're watching him on the security camera. So they've called the police. Yeah. So he's and on the way out he's going, oh, hang on, this isn't enough. So he did grab 2 bottles of scotch on the way out.
He did grab some alcohol.
He did actually grab 2 bottles of whiskey on the way out.
But hang on, didn't he forget something?
Yeah, and then so the cops get him anyway, about 15 metres down the road, but
he's drunk. He's drunk and he's eating gelato. He was the prime suspect.
He's like that fat possum in the bin meme that's been through the bakery all night.
Like the worst ever, but just to add a kicker to it, he left his phone in the store just in case they didn't find him. He's put his phone down to eat the gelato and left his phone there. The worst criminal ever. But what about the owner? The owner's who should be the angriest man in the world. These idiots, compromised this whole spot. The owners said this afterwards.
Come down to Gelato Gemelli in Nobbies and we'll be more than happy to give you a free sample, and even if he wants to come back for a free scoop, we'll happily we'll give one for him.
He's welcoming him back.
That's funny. He's giving him the best press ever.
Yeah,
this is a good way to get it out there. He's like, thanks, mate.
Doesn't that guy seem like a great bloke?
Yes.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne Snackbox.